What's up, guys? You guys know I'm gonna come to you as myself today. We just finished off on the farm outside, so I need to go cut the grass. But something was telling me to put out part four, so I didn't get all fancy and all dressed up. I just kind of came as I was. So, but I know, like I've always told many of you already watch this as you are. So I'm just gonna be comfortable because I want you to be comfortable. But let me make sure this is working today because I know last week they did not want me to go live. The more I tried to go live, the more I froze. Okay, so we looking good so far. All right, so let's get into it. Part four. I think I had left off. I had got a promotion, moved back to Alabama, right? And my name is Angel. I'm a channeler. I'm a medium. I'm a psychic. I'm all the energy things. I teach energy. I have a school I just launched for energy. Everything I do is evolved around energy work. And now you're learning the raw, unfiltered journey of how I got here. If you have not checked out parts 1, 2, and 3, they're posted. Go check out parts 1, 2, and 3. Um, so let's get into it. So now I'm back in Alabama and I'm on this downward spiral. It's bad. Not you're not noticing it on the outside, but on the inside, I was going the wrong way. So I got promoted. I was delivery manager now at Lowe's, and I had found a place in Alabama that I was written. I loved it. I had my puppy. It was me. But it was interesting was my behavior. I had went from a person that was lively, out and about, going playing softball, doing this, doing that, to a person that was closed off. I wasn't going out playing sports. I had found myself just going to work high, getting off work, getting high. Like I was just existing. Like it was so much of an emotional weight on me. All I could do was just exist. Like I couldn't, it was not much that I wanted to do. It was not many places I wanted to go. I didn't want to go to family's house. I don't even think I did go to family's house. I think for the most part, I just stayed to myself. And it was draining. And my brother lived right up the street, but I didn't even want to go visit him. And so I was getting up 4 in the morning, going to work, and I wouldn't even get to work on time. Like I was not going to work on time. I would get to work. I'd be at work at 5. I might get there at 5:10. 5. I would get there just before I was late. But it was interesting because along this journey, I had met a beacon of light, a friend of mine. And I was like, why? What? It felt like hope again. Like something had sparked in me again. Like it was like, what am I supposed to be doing? What is my purpose? What is my mission? What do I need to be doing? But I compressed it because it was so much pain that I was working through. Like I was in so much pain emotionally that I put everything I had in work. And when I say everything, I was getting promoted fast. Like I was good at it. I wanted to learn more about the job so I get promoted. I wanted to learn more about this so I get promoted. But it wasn't a drive to be better. It was a drive in my ego. It was a drive for more power, more money, more different things because I didn't know who I was. And it was the only thing keeping me off the streets. It was the only thing keeping me from being out there doing drugs. It was the only thing keeping me going, really, was having a job. And I credit that to my family because I grew up around a bunch of men and all they did was work. They'd work 14, 15, 16 hours a day. So that's all that I knew. And that's what I was doing was just working, working, working. Holidays I worked. Vacation, I hardly ever took vacation. Only reason I took vacation was because if I didn't take vacation, then it would be I wouldn't get paid for it. But then I started using my vacation to call out because it would be days I didn't even want to get out the bed. Like I would just wake up and just be like, I don't want to get out the bed. Like I would be so emotionally drained that I couldn't get out the bed. So now I'm going to the VA. The VA shipping me boxes of medicine for bipolar, anxiety, PTSD, depression. Did I say anxiety? Anxiety, ADHD. Like I'm taking a cocktail of medicines just to function because my emotions are so bad on the inside. But I was functioning on top of all that medication. Now I'm smoking weed all day, every day. It was a downward spiral that I was not aware of. And to me, because we've been conditioned this way, I thought that was normal. Because everybody you talk to, yeah, I do that, and I take this, and I take that, and then I do this. So to me, it was normal. I thought I was being normal, not realizing the pain that I was holding on to. So as I continued this, I got another promotion. Now I'm promoted to what's called PSS. It's like a district manager for merchandising. So with this, I'm able to travel freely and drive. So I found myself driving in a lot of thought process and reliving certain situations, but I wouldn't process it. I would tuck it back away. I'd be like, oh, I would start convincing myself, no, that didn't happen. You just thought it happened that way, but that's not the way it really happened. Or that situation didn't happen like that. That's just the story you told yourself. Or this didn't happen this way. This is just what you told yourself. That's where I was at. I was at that point to where I was convincing myself things that happened didn't happen. And it didn't happen the way I was believing the narratives that people were telling me is how it happened. But it didn't feel right, but it was all I could allow myself to know at this moment. But anyway, so I continued on this downward spiral of emotions. Like it had got bad until one point, like I didn't even want to drive. I didn't want to go outside. Like I didn't want to do anything. All I would do was get up, go to work, and come home. That was it. And if I had to go to the grocery store, this is when you could have things delivered. I started even having my groceries delivered just so I didn't have to go out and be around people. Because when I was around people, it would trigger these emotions in me. Like if I seen a kid being treated a certain way, it would trigger me. Or if someone touched me, it would trigger me. If somebody spoke to me, it would trigger me. Things were starting to trigger me. Even at work, people at work were triggering me. Like, but the good thing was I was now in a position where I could be in the office. So this started to come out of me through my actions. I started to find myself angry about things. Like I had like, why did my employee do this way? This is not what I told him. Why? And it would make me angry. And I had to really sit back and go, why are you mad about this? Or if somebody would say something to me that I didn't prefer, it would make me angry. Like I started seeing the anger start to bubble out. I started seeing the frustration start to bubble out. I started seeing the hurt start to bubble out. I started seeing the hurt in people, but it wasn't the people that it was in me. It was me that these emotions were trying to come out of that I did not know how to release. So I'm just going through this hurt, this pattern of hurt, this repeated cycle in front of me. Everything was in front of me, just repeating over and over and over and over again. And it started to really hurt. Um, and I didn't know what to do but keep working. So that led to me leaving Lowe's, moved to Tennessee. I'm still in this terrible relationship with this person. We're still working it out. It was so bad that this person was it was bad. It was a bad relationship. But I'm still in this relationship with this person. We're still trying to figure it out. It just did not work. So I finally just let go. And that's when I had to really started to pay attention to what my guys were trying to show me because I was so tired of being hurt. My body was giving out. My back was hurting. My back would just hurt to the point where I couldn't walk some days. My legs was hurting. I had another knee surgery. I had an ankle surgery. Like everything in my physical body was starting to fail because I was holding on to so much. The doctors were like, I don't even know how like we don't see anything wrong with your back. You have no pulled muscles. You have none of this. You don't have this. All of it just led to more medicine. What does medicine do? Medicine helps suppress it. So that's what it was doing. It was suppressing these emotions. So finally, about 10 years ago, I was like, and I keep in mind throughout my life, I don't cry. I've never cried. I didn't cry. Crime was not part of my journey. Like I held everything in. So about 10 years ago, I knew something had to change. I didn't know what, but I knew something had to change. So I made the conscious decision. All that medication I was taking, I threw it away. I was like, I'm not taking it. I can't take it. And in the process of doing that, that was another spiral in itself. That was a whole nother spiral itself. You talk about medication that keeps you like mentally on medicine keeps you mentally dependent on it. So as I come off this medicine, I found myself in these rage fits. I'd be outside taking my bats, just hitting things because I didn't understand. It's like, what am I mad about? I had no clue. Like I'm angry. And I mean, it's to the point where like I'm having anxiety attacks, panic attacks. I'm having asthma attacks. Like my body is literally in my mind shutting down even more. And I'm like, what the freak is going on? How do I even process this? I had no clue. My mind was fucked up. My body was fucked up. I was depressed. I was sad, but I'm still working. I'm still smiling. I'm still going. And then finally I was like, let me go to the bookstore. Yeah. So I went to the bookstore. And we're gonna start